The Samsung Galaxy S8 Active is Samsung's latest in its active lineup of rugged, high-powered smartphones. It features a beautiful 5.8-inch Super AMOLED display, a monstrous 4000 mAh battery, and a high-end 12 megapixel camera. What makes this phone different than the Samsung Galaxy S8? Is it worth an upgrade from the S7 Active? All that and more is coming right up. Physically, the Samsung Galaxy S8 Active is a nice change of pace from the all-glass phones we see today. It has a true industrial feel to it, with the rubberized corners around the edges that are sure to bear the brunt of a drop. While most rugged phones will be overly hefty, thick, and aesthetically unpleasing, I'm actually enjoying the heavier phone. At 7.34 ounces or 208 grams, the Galaxy S8 Active feels tough and uncompromising in its form. Now there's a reason why we haven't seen any bend test videos done on the S8 Active, and that's because it's a solid and sturdy phone. The Active comes in two different colors. This one of course is the titanium gold model, and it can be picked up in meteor gray. The S8 Active is an AT&T exclusive, so I'll have a link to AT&T in the description. Just like the Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus, the Active is IP68 certified, which means it can withstand up to 5 feet and 30 minutes of immersion in water. Now I decided to put the Galaxy S8 Active up to the test against my water faucet, and as you can see here, it fares perfectly fine after getting doused in water. I didn't even have to dry the screen off to begin using the phone again, so that was a real surprise. Now with the IP68 certification, does come lackluster speaker quality, so while you're getting a huge lifesaver in water resistance, you'll have to weigh that pro with the subpar speaker quality. On the back of the Active, you'll see the camera and fingerprint sensor, and the fingerprint sensor works fine for me, but I never actually used it because it's in such an awkward position. On the left of the S8 Active is the volume rockers and Bixby button, which are both very clicky and solid. Bixby is Samsung's new virtual assistant, which can open apps, check the weather, and even open the last picture you took. Immediately after the water test, I began asking Bixby what the weather was like to open the calculator app, and it worked perfectly. Samsung has an iris scanner which you can use to unlock your device instead of using the fingerprint scanner, facial recognition, or a pattern. And although other S8 users have expressed their dissatisfaction with the feature, I've actually found it very useful and it works about 99% of the time. Over on the right side of the Active is the power button, and up top is the SIM and memory card slot. On the bottom of the device you'll find the headphone jack, USB-C fast charging port, and the speakers. The Galaxy S8 Active has a Gorilla Glass display, and over it is a built-in plastic screen protector, which you probably won't even notice is there. However, that screen protector should help protect from scratches, dings, and dents. The S8 Active has the same beautiful, high-resolution display as the Samsung Galaxy S8, so you can rest easy knowing that when you purchase this phone, you're actually getting probably the best screen on the market today. The Active lineup targets a more specific niche of people in the smartphone market, and one thing these fans are disappointed about is the lack of physical buttons, and I can completely understand where these folks are coming from. If you have dusty or grimy hands and work in a dusty or grimy work environment, it's much more reliable to have physical buttons than on-screen touch buttons. However, one benefit to the lack of physical buttons is that there's much more on-screen real estate when viewing the phone in landscape and playing games. With its octa-core Snapdragon 835 processor, 4GB of RAM, and Adreno 540 GPU, the Galaxy S8 Active is a high-performance phone. Sure, a lot of these specs today might be overkill, but the Active is snappy and quick. Playing games like Modern Combat 5 results in zero lag whatsoever, which is very impressive. This year Samsung has outfitted the S8 Active with 64GB of storage, which is a big upgrade from the 32GB on its previous iteration. However, for those who need even more storage, the Active does have a MicroSD card slot which has expandable storage up to 256GB. And if you're interested in any MicroSD cards ranging from a couple of gigabytes to 256GB, I'll have some links in the description. The Galaxy S8 Active rocks a 12 megapixel camera which is the same as those on the S8 and S8 Plus. Needless to say, it probably is one of the best on the market. And Samsung has a plethora of modes to choose from like Pro, which is manual, selective focus, panorama, slow motion, and even food. And yes, I did just say food, that mode is actually new from last year. And up to this point, the only difference between the S8 Active and the S8 has been the protective screen layer and the build quality. Where the Active shines is in its battery life. The S8 Active has a monstrous 4000 mAh battery. And to put that into perspective, the normal S8 only has a 3000 mAh battery. So for those of you adventurers going camping, hiking, or even folks who are just heavy power users, the S8 is a great option. As always though, Samsung does have its fast charging feature, which is always a lifesaver for when you forget to charge your phone. The Samsung Galaxy S8 Active shines with its beautiful AMOLED display, stellar battery life, and high-end camera quality. Now, should you buy it? If you're looking for a high-end phone with a rugged build or just don't want a phone you'll need to wrap in bubble wrap, I think you've found your choice. To pick up a new Samsung Galaxy S8 Active, be sure to check out the link in the description below to AT&T, and thanks for watching.